everyone as you're checking in, and those that have gotten started. We would like to welcome you to our annual Christmas program. We have plenty of stations and lots of food to eat, so we want you to go around and enjoy. Make sure you get your stamps with every station that you go to. Get your card stamped and just enjoy yourself. And Merry Christmas. Have a happy and blessed and prosperous New Year. And thank you so much for coming out. Enjoy.
All right, everybody, we're getting started right now. So before we start, we would like to bring our very special guests out. Are you guys ready for our special guest? So ladies and gentlemen, let's give it up for Santa Claus, Jack Skellington, and Sally. They're coming from right here. Come on, y'all, let's give it up as they come. Here they come, here they come. Here comes Santa. Jack Skellington and Sally, everybody. Okay, so photos can be taken in the gallery with Jack, Sally, and Santa. All right? Okay, so make sure that you register at our registration table coming in to get your ticket. On the ticket, it will also include a map. Make sure that you get your map because the map shows you where every station is. Once you're done with the last station, once your last hole is punched, then you get a treat, okay? We want all the kids to ring the bell when they're done completing their, here's the ticket that you all will need. I'm holding it up. So make sure you go all around the library because there's so many different stations you can go to. But please make sure that you get your ticket punched, okay? Make sure that you visit every station to get your tickets punched. And we hope that you enjoyed today's festivities. We would like to give a special thank you to the Foundations of East Chicago for sponsoring our event today. We would like to thank ECTV Indiana for being here as well. We'd like to thank the Friends of the Library, all the East Chicago Public Library staff, and especially you, the East Chicago community, for being here today. So have fun, everybody. Have a Merry Christmas and Happy Holidays from the East Chicago Public Library.
Mama, little cub asked one night, who invented Christmas? Was it Santa Claus? No, Mama Bear said, God invented Christmas. God gave us Christmas. Is Christmas more important than Santa? Oh yes, much more important, Mama said with a smile. The next morning, little cub sleepily climbed into her lap. Can we go find Santa, Mama? He lives around here someplace, I think. Santa is hard to find, said Mama, but we can go find God. because he's everywhere. Yahoo! Cried the little cub. I didn't know we could find God. Oh yes, Mama said, we can always find God. Little cub looked over her shoulder and whispered, can we leave them at home? Can we leave the noisy people at home? Can we leave my noisy sisters and brothers at home? Yes, Papa. Well, watch the little ones while you and I go and find God. The next morning, little cub and Mama filled their packs, kissed their families goodbye, and set off to find God and see how he gave them Christmas. They walked to the top of the mountain and up another mountain where they set camp. Little cub was so tired that she went right to sleep. But Mama nudged her while it was still dark. Mama, why are you waking me up? Because it's God, little cub. Come and see God. I'll show you some of the pictures. There'll be a quiz after this and a $100,000 giveaway prize for anyone who can answer the questions. You can't know the answer if you don't listen to the story. That little cub asked in wonder as she watched dancing lights in the sky. That is God at work, little cub. I'm not kidding. There's a quiz after this, and the one who can answer the most questions will get the grand prize. The next day they arrived at a huge lake. All at once was a mighty roar. A chunk of ice cut away from the cliff and fell into the sea. What is that? Little cub asked, covering her ears and leaning to Mama. That's God, little cub. He's so powerful, he can command the water to freeze and the glacier to melt. He is mightier than any king on earth, and because he is all powerful, he made Jesus king of all kings. When Jesus was just a baby, how could he be king? All kings began as babies. God knew we would need someone who could touch and see and smell. Mama paused to sniff little cub's neck, making her giggle to understand just how much he loved us. He loves every one of us. God loves every one of us. Mama awoke little cub again just before the sun came up. She pointed to the east at a star that changed from green to red to green again and shot out many colors. Is God at work again? Little cub asked, rubbing his eyes. Yes, Jesus is called the bright and morning star. He is always with us. And he first came when God gave us Christmas. On the way home, Mama Bear stopped by a tiny flower shop, peeking up from the hard frozen ground. Oh, you were too early, little flower, she said. Little cub, Jesus is just like a flower, God in our world, living where you wouldn't expect him, surprising us. Christmas is about a lot of surprises. Like presents? Yes, Jesus is the best present of all. And God would have given us that present even if it was only for you. Only for me? Only for you, little cub. God gave you Christmas. Mama and little cub came upon a church glowing with warm light. Soft voices were singing out of them. Singing. What are they singing, Mama? About the night God gave the first Christmas to us when Jesus was born. Tomorrow is Christmas Day. Little Cub was so glad to be back home that night in her cozy bed. Thanks for showing me God, Mama. There isn't anything I'd rather do, sweet child, she said with a kiss. Night, night. Little Cub went to sleep and dreamed of bright stars and northern lights, of a king born as a tiny baby, angels singing over him. And the next morning, Little Cub woke, and it was Christmas. Yahoo, she cried. Jesus gave us Christmas again. And how happy we are that we are celebrating that today at the East Chicago Public Library. Give the library a great hurrah. Thank you, East Chicago Public Library staff, board, and the director. And a Merry Christmas to each and every one of you. May this be the best Christmas that you ever had. We wish you the very best of the next year. Thanks for coming and visiting us at the East Chicago Public Library.
To get your hole punched, okay? Once you're done and you get the last punch, make sure you ring the bell so we'll know that you completed all of the stations, okay? Again, on behalf of the East Chicago Public Library, thank you so much for being here and happy holidays! Happy holidays!